What makes a YouTuber unforgettable? Since 2006, an ever-evolving set of faces has been crudely chiseled on this Mount Rushmore of content creation. But this story isn't about any of these faces. You see, in the shadow of Mount Susan, there lies a pit stain hidden underneath the rubble of forgotten YouTube royalty. The face that inspired a generation.
You wouldn't shoot a guy with glasses, would you?
One Aleks, ImmortalHD. However, plug this pseudonym into the good old YouTube search engine today and you'll find only the digital detritus of what feels like a simpler time here on the interwebs.
Just kill me! Just kill me! I'd rather die!
Not in it for the accolades, Aleks remains probably one of the most under-recognized creators of the past decade. But that ends now. Few creators have survived the goods, bads, and uglies that internet fame brings, yet maintained their sanity to tell the tale. You see, Aleks isn't just another creator on YouTube. He started a revolution that today is still immortal. HD. Starting in 2008, Aleks' diverse set of videos was attracting a wide variety of attention.
I'm proud to call myself a subscriber.
We really love everything ImmortalHD Films has to offer.
This is by far my favorite channel on the internet.
Loved by all, memed by many, just don't throw anything in his face. He hates that. It was safe to say that Immortal was living the modern American dream. But if you're a true knob like me, you'll know that in the beginning, this type of life seemed only like a pipe dream. Every hero has a story, and in a time before YouTube, memes, or even the broad accessibility to the World Wide Web, in a land where the vodka runs like water, you told me that was water, is where one Alexander merchant begins. Growing up in a broken home, Aleks found himself already in less than ideal circumstances. His early life, far from easy, was made more difficult by the fact that
I was adopted.
Not one to spend too much time focusing on the past, in one move, Aleks' life changed dramatically. Moving to a strange land with a strange culture, having to learn a new language for a kid at the age of 8, that's a lot to take in. But moving also had its perks. Now living in the land of opportunity, Aleks was exposed to all the luxuries the free world had to offer, such as the American public education system, where he excelled in many popular subjects. Just don't ask me what they were. His adoptive father being a carpenter, Aleks initially set his sights on following in the footsteps of Jesus, or something. Yes, in school, Aleks created many a fond memory. But fast forward, and like many a young schoolboy around this time, the idea of fun wasn't really focusing on your studies. After all, it was 2008. We had the internet. And with that, video games. Add in a little entertainment site called YouTube, and what do you get to that equation? One hell of a distraction. A distraction that would soon become a passion. Remember that question I asked you at the beginning of the video? Yeah, this one. What makes a YouTuber unforgettable? Well, one such quality is presence. A quality which Aleks had in spades. But not presence in the standard sense. You see, unlike many of the modern, in-your-face vlogger personalities that we've come to loathe, Aleks' draw was more subtle. For many, it was his deadpan sense of humor, his sarcasm, his GTA roleplay characters that kept you coming back for more. What Aleks brought to the entertainment table was a laid-back calm to the more chaotic personalities that he would later associate with. Jesus Christ. Though don't let this chilled personality fool you. It's still 2008, and at this time, Aleks is an awkward teenager still trying to figure out this crazy little thing called life. But luckily for him, with YouTube, his life was gonna be rocked. 2008 YouTube was a much simpler place. Back then, it was sort of like the wild, wild west of creativity, sort of like the unpolished turd of the internet. And while Aleks had come very far in his digital career, looking at some of his earlier content may have you asking the question, what?
No! Why? Why?
And look, I get it. Every creator has their greatest hits. Videos that you could easily put on repeat and it never gets old. But just like with any artist, whether in music or social media, they have their hidden gems. The subtle diamonds hidden up the butt cracks of meme perfection that make them who they really are. Unfortunately, in the case of Aleks, a lot of his earlier videos now look like this. Why is that? Well, we'll get to that later. But more important than his content was Aleks' ability to meet new people through his video creation. After all, it was ultimately his collaborative efforts that would make him into the person he is today. And around the end of the first decade of Century 21, video games weren't just a place to dig out your daily frustrations. It was a place to meet like-minded individuals. And for creators, it was a tool to make visual masterpieces. I'm talking about machinima. While the art of machinima had been around since the 1990s with the well-known gaming clan The Rangers creating what was considered to be the first widely known machinima film, with YouTube, this took the genre to a whole new level. And Aleks was watching, and he liked what he seed. While in 2009, creators like John CJG were making internet sensations like Arby and the Chief, there was also another growing machinima creator by the name of Jordan Mathewson, or Kutra, a man for which Aleks apparently had the anime googly eyes for. So when Aleks began making some machinimas of his own using the popular MMO World of Warcraft, it was truly only a matter of time before these two fates would suddenly be intertwined. Machinima opening up the floodgates to his future. Now, covering all the content that made Aleks the internet legend he is today would kind of be an exercise in futility. There were deleted series like this, or these, or what about this one? Hell, even some of his later GTA roleplays I think are still some of the funniest stuff on the interwebs. I'd love to hear what some of your favorite series were. Write it in the comments below. What we can all agree on is that his videos offer a smorgasbord of different flavors of Aleks. And everyone has a different opinion on what was peak ImmortalHD. And while I personally enjoyed his sweeter side, you may have enjoyed his nuttier videos. What is clear from his extensive catalog of content is that this boy could entertain. And he wasn't constrained, and he didn't have to fake it to make it. It wasn't long before Aleks' content was giving some sweet returns. Over the next few years, this little YouTube side project was becoming a little more fruitful than Immortal had originally planned. The Knob Army was growing, and for a man still under the age of 20, he was making some really impressive strides. But things were about to heat up really quickly, and not all for the better. While studying graphic design in college, Aleks decided to impulsively alter his destiny, giving his higher education a good old flip of the bird, issuing in his educational resignation, and throwing all of his eggs into this one social media basket. A smart decision? I don't know. A ballsy one? Hell yeah. But with newfound success came newfound courage. Courage to broaden his horizons and actually reach out to other creators to collaborate. Creators like UberHaxorNova.
Hey! Hey, I know you! Yeah, I do!
A YouTuber whose outrageous personality had cultivated quite the audience of his own. Aleks and James, a match made in heaven. But it didn't start out that way.
Oh, here comes the official back and forth between James and Aleks in 2009.
All right, Aleks, play it cool. You only have one chance to make a good first impression.
Hey there. My name is Aleks, ImmortalHD.
I'm a director over at M.com.
Oh shit!
Shit, he's hitting me hard right away.
Man, he's making himself important.
I've watched some of your work, and I have to give you some props.
I know, because he commented.
He's buttering you up.
Awesome job. If you're interested, I would really like to collab with you sometime. Obviously, YouTube mail isn't the best form of communication, so I'll just give you some.
You should have checked my blog spot.
So I'll just give you some.
Smooth. This relationship off to a rocky start. Luckily, James wasn't the only fish in the sea. During this time on YouTube, a lot of creators were connecting via their respected MCNs, or multi-channel networks. One of these being Machinima. And one of these Machinima associates, Kuchra, remember him, had been throwing together a quirky cast of characters we'd soon come to know as the Creatures. And in 2011, one of these creatures was about to make his acquaintance with Aleks.
How did you and Aleks meet?
I met Aleks through a friend that at the time was quote unquote technically our boss. This was Machinima time. Handar, or Brett as now he is addressed. So one day, got invited to play League of Legends at the time because I didn't know my roaring hate and passion for it until later on.
Oh no, get mad!
Holy shit! I guess the clearest thing that I know why I gravitated to Aleks was because me and him were making each other laugh. Like the dude was just a funny ass dude, like through and through. He's just consistently funny.
These two had chemistry, if you catch my drift.
Well, now you're one.
I'm going to be one because you're being an ungrateful little bitch.
I said thank you before.
But you said it wasn't mine.
Because you're holding me hostage to the bed.
Oh.
What was sort of the genesis of your collaborations pre-Creatures, kind of wanting to maybe work together a little more just for fun on the side, doing some series, or just kind of talk more?
The synergy between me and him and whatever we were doing, we were in the same level.
I gave you a rabbit.
You did, and I said thank you.
I left you something in your house.
You took a dump in his house, didn't you?
Diamond.
Have at it.
I don't know. It's one of the things that I definitely miss the most about him. He would just know how to joke, and I needed that kind of back and forth that I couldn't get with people that maybe at one point I did and no longer were there.
All in all, it seemed that everything was smooth sailing. But as Aleks knows all too well, while popularity has its perks, it also can bring some unwanted attention. Below the smooth surface of the sea, an unseen danger lurked beneath the waves. You see, unbeknownst to Aleks, there was a hunger we'll call jealousy that was about to break the surface and devour all of the progress he had made. I don't know how to finish the analogy. He got hacked. On the next episode, Aleks seems pretty screwed. But hope lies on the horizon. Coming this fall, part 2 of a 3-part Aleks series. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And yes, it'll be this year.